All right, well, it's that time of year again. Time of year where your candidate, your crooked candidate, is made into a saint by big money donors. And you get all bent out of shape about anything said about your side of the tribe. And you act all silly like your candidate is perfect. But anyway, I digress. The title of the video is that Kamala's down bigly, to steal a term from Donald Trump. And there's a reason. I'm going to get into a reason why I say that. And there was a phrase, I believe I first heard it on Hardball with a guy named Chris Matthews. And he had a theory about why polls, when it came to Democrats versus Donald Trump, were always going to be inaccurate. He came with the theory of the shy Trump voter. Well, he may not have came up with that theory, but it was the first place I heard it, and it resonated with me because it made a lot of sense, and it resonates with me now more than ever because really, technically, I'm kind of a shy Trump voter. There's not a lot of people I tell about it, but anyway. And there's only one reason I'm voting for Trump, if I vote for Trump, is the border. But again, I digress. He had said something along the lines of, the more that the left demonized Donald Trump, the more unreliable the polls became. And he theorized that the more you call him Hitler, the more you say he's racist, the more you just engage in a different form of demagoguery with Trump or towards Trump, the less likely you are to be able to call up and do an accurate poll and somebody admit to voting for him. Now, that's not everyone. Most people are going to wave their flag high about who they're voting for, but you have a segment of society that, for the purpose of social dignity or whatever, or to avoid a confrontation, just won't tell you who they're voting for. And Trump is the candidate that is more likely to have that going on than any other candidate, I believe, since probably Bull Connor, honestly, that people would reluctantly vote for, but completely deny voting for. And there's no place where that's going to be more prevalent than in the Rust Belt states that they're going to need. See, I'm from Western Pennsylvania, so I kind of understand those people, and I kind of understand the white women they're going to need to win the election. So when I say this, it's coming from a place of cultural understanding. Although I'm a black man, it's coming from a place of cultural understanding. And the reason I say that is, in that area, you got a lot of people that can vote for Trump that also voted for Obama twice. So when you call them racist and everything, you say that voting for Trump means they're racist. They'll probably do it anyway and just not respond to you. So when you call and ask for polls, to ascertain where a candidate's standing in the polls, you're not going to get an honest answer from that segment of society, the shy Trump voter. So why is this relevant? Trump has routinely overperformed the polls in two elections, right? And I don't think this one is any different. So why do I think that Kamala is likely down double digits? It's because at this point during the election in 2020, Biden was up probably about 8 points and ended up only winning by 1. So if the circumstances, which I believe are worse, right? If you look at what the Democrats are trying to sell, that the economy is doing well. The economy is not doing well for the average middle class. Well, there's no middle class. The check to check class. The economy is not doing well. Between gas and groceries and the steady increase in rent, That's not going to be a message that sells well in Pennsylvania or Michigan or Wisconsin. Well, maybe, Wisconsin maybe, but it's not going to sell well in the states that they need, the swing states they need. Not Georgia, for sure. I think they'll get shocked in Georgia. But either way, if Kamala at this point is still down in the polls, still down 1 or 2 points, there's no reason to believe that realistically come election day, she's not going to be down 8 or 9. When the people who would never tell you they're voting for Trump show up and actually vote for Trump. Because let's just be honest, Kamala, when you get her off that teleprompter, she's not really the most charismatic politician. She's actually a very poor politician. She actually comes across kind of awkward, and she kind of has a George W. Just energy to her. Like, she doesn't come across very bright. She doesn't come across as very well spoken. She and her Barack impression is not going to be seen as very legitimate, given the fact that she's married to a white man. Now, Barack's black scent was more believable because he went home to Michelle, and he had to be around Michelle's family. So I can believe that he talked like that sometimes. Now with Kamala, I just don't believe she's in that environment. I don't believe that's how she communicates, and most black people aren't stupid. So only the ski-wee contingent will go for that, and they don't make up a significant portion of the electorate. Those are women who are going to vote Democrat no matter what, every single election, no matter who the Democrats put in front of them. So they're part of a cheerleading squad. Realistically, they don't move anything. But you got a lot of black folks who are probably going to vote for Trump because, despite what Democrats are trying to say, under Trump people had more money, whether it was through groceries or gas or just the economy being a little better. I know I had more money. So when you factor all that together, they don't have much to run on, and Trump traditionally overperforms the polls by 6-7 percentage points. So with Kamala being down, I don't think she's the kind of candidate that can do anything but make it worse. There's a lot of gaffes with her, and honestly, if they run on the cult of personality, Trump beats him on that, because unless you're a diehard anti-Trumper, which I'm not, I'm not too fond of how he behaves sometimes or whatever, but you have to admit that the man is entertaining. He's funny. He's witty, and she's not. So, and he tends to get away with a lot because of that. He bullied Hillary. He said ugly things about other women. So I don't think it's gonna bother. If he goes at Kamala, I don't think it's gonna bother people as much as the left wants to believe and play the feminism and racism card, which that's what they're playing. If you don't like Kamala, you're both racist and sexist. That's the game, and I think that's a tired game. So with that being said, I just don't see her being able to make up much ground outside of the convention and the bump in the polls from her being new. I think this is about as good as she'll ever get. Strange things happen. Trump realistically probably isn't supposed to be here, given what happened to him in Pennsylvania. But other than that, I just don't see how a candidate like her, not very charismatic, not very likable, not very witty. She when Tulsi Gabbard got a hold of her on the debate stage, she looked horrible. Honestly, she looked horrible and didn't look like she was quick on her feet. And with Trump, you have to be quick on your feet. She is the worst candidate you could have ran against Trump. Honestly, really, I don't think anybody but Barack Obama could match Trump's wit. Trump has a certain level of intelligence about him that people neglect, or people are reluctant to admit. He's very, very good at knowing what people want to hear. And Kamala, not so much. She's just an empty suit. And realistically, I just don't see how she can win. Now, anything can happen. Not saying it's impossible, but not with this candidate. She's just not that. She's just not a charismatic speaker. She's just really not. And Trump, we've got a chance to contrast how we're doing now against how we were doing under the Trump administration, and they're really not comparable. I know I was doing better under the Trump administration than I am the Biden administration. So, they can say whatever they want. That's an unbiased opinion. I'm a swing voter. If they had presented somebody better, if Michelle Obama was running, I'd probably vote for her. But I can't do it for Kamala. I'd probably vote for Trump. And like I said, I think she's down in the polls way, way more than what we see because of the shy Trump voter. But let me know what you think in the comments. Like, share, and subscribe. Like I said, I'm new to this YouTube thing. If you could, I'd like to engage you guys in the comments and let me know what you think.